With summer just round the corner, seaside towns will be hoping to bring the tourists flocking. But these days, sunstroke and a kiss me quick hat are the least of your worries. It's the locals you need to worry about. They terrorise anyone in the search for food, and they are nasty and bold, as David and I witnessed on lunchtime in the middle of Eastbourne. It's as if they know they are untouchable. Yes, seagulls are protected, even though there are calls for a cull. Unfortunately, it doesn't leave many options to move them on. And this is what the seagull took, so you can imagine, if that catches your thumb, it's gonna hurt. We asked residents in one coastal town, my hometown of Eastbourne, what they thought should happen to the birds.
If you're holding food in your hand, they'll attack it.
They're fine in their rightful place on the hills and on the cliffs, but not in the town.
I don't mind them at all.
I think people have provoked them by feeding them all the time. So.
For me, they're just part of the natural environment of the seafront.
They used to seem to be flying rodents. They don't seem to be under control by any means.
With mixed reviews from the public, we asked an increasingly busy pest controller what solutions there are to get rid of the birds.
I think people have become more aware that they can become aggressive and they will swoop for food and things like that and take a chance. You know, that is a problem to people, obviously. There are many things that can be done, and I wouldn't go down that route of culling. I would say that a better idea would be to remove the gulls' eggs and put dummy eggs in. Seagulls will sit quite patiently on them, hoping that they're going to hatch out, but of course they never do. That's one sort of method.
Speak to anyone in this town about seagulls and there are some real tales to tell. But the problems aren't just here by the coast, they're much further inland, and there are some real horror stories. Students at Sussex University in Brighton have been on the receiving end of some serious attacks. One girl had her lip bitten off as she went to bite her sandwich at the same time a gull came in for his lunch. It's got so serious, the university has had to bring in the pros.
It's a well-known fact that seagulls are becoming, increasingly becoming urban pests and moving more and more inland and away from the coastline. They have been known to dive bomb students whilst they're sitting here having their lunch. There's a factor also of building defects, because once a seagull lands and nests on a flat roof and they start multiplying, this can cause problems going forward for the building, i.e. blocked drains from their feathers and all the debris that they leave behind.
This is George and his handler Gary. They are here to deter the gulls, allowing the students to concentrate on their studies and not look out for the next aerial assault.
Well, it's mainly his presence here. I don't know if you can hear in the background, you can hear gulls calling up with their alarm call. They're not very happy because George is here. And they start that alarm call actually when I turn up here, because they've even recognised the vehicle. They've made that association. They know what comes out of the vehicle, so that's why they're calling up. So they just feel a little bit nervous about being here, and they just drift away. So it's his presence here that really does that. He doesn't fly directly at the gulls. He just flies around, and my job here really is to make George visible to the gulls here, which is quite an easy job. So I either walk him round or he flies around here, and periodically I call him back to the fist for a small reward of food. The other thing I do here, I go on all the rooftops here and I bring down any nesting material, and I am under a general licence allowed to take the gulls' eggs, but you can't harm the live bird. That's what you mustn't do. So I bring down all the nesting material. That was a big problem last year. There would probably be maybe, I don't know, 60 to 70 gulls trying to nest here. So it's just a question of breaking the habit. So they now breed somewhere else. So it's someone else's problem and not the university's problem.
We did ask Eastbourne Council for comment on the issue, but their PR office said, "This isn't something we consider Eastbourne has a problem with and don't wish to enter into a national debate." And it is a national debate. The issue has even been debated in Parliament and commented on by the Prime Minister. But that isn't stopping them doing actual bodily harm. Considering what we saw in just 5 minutes armed with only a Happy Meal, it's probably about time these large, strong, determined birds are taken seriously, because next time it may be more than half a burger bun.